What's good, people of the cardboard? Welcome back to Fun Decks, and the reveals just don't stop. We already got the RB cards that came out or were announced earlier today, and it seems like we're going to actually get some uh, more reveals for Burst Protocol. And this seems to be another Forbidden card. Yeah, happy Pride, by the way. All right. Oh, it seems like this is actually a huge number of Forbidden or Darklord cards. This is much more than I was expecting. I have no idea what this set is all about, but we're seeing a lot. Anyway, so we have Darklord Golgotha. It's a Dark Fairy, of course, level 6, 24, 800 for the stats. You can only special summon Darklord Golgotha once per turn. Oh, you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon 2 Darklord tokens, level 600. Dark Fairy, of course, and so you cannot special summon a turn except fairy monsters. Oh, okay. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Darklord card or Forbidden Quick Play card from your deck to your hand, except this card. Wow, that's actually huge. The first effect on summon, Darklords obviously have ways of tutoring this out, and summoning 2 tokens is nice. The fairy lock is pretty strict. I know they do have a link too that's pretty good. I don't really remember exactly what it does, but I do remember it's not the worst. So it is an option. Now the second effect is really cool. I mean, this means just off of a foolish. This card could get you searches for Forbidden Droplet, which obviously is a stable card, but also just in this deck, I know they have their own foolish for the Dark archetype, so it kind of turns that into a Rhoda, which is cool. All right, we've Darklord Deheduti? I'm sorry, don't know how to pronounce it. It's a level 4 Dark Fairy, of course, 0/0. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Each once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Darklord monster from your deck in defense position, except this card. Also, you cannot special summon for this turn except fairy monsters. Okay, great. So now this card obviously feeds really well into the second one or into the first one. Pretty nice actually. And this means you can get the additional tokens. Okay, and 2, if you control a Dark Fairy Fusion monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Darklord or Forbidden Quick Play in your graveyard, add to your hand. Oh wow, this is cool too. It's nice. Recursion, and it's just a nice graveyard banish effect. In terms of Dark Fusions, I know Darklords obviously have their big monster. I think it's an Omni Negate, if I remember correctly, or it's like a board wipe on summon or something like that. So that's nice, and I think they did have the previous TCG exclusive support everyone was raving about for Burning Abyss. I think technically could be used. I think they had their own fairy stuff. It was for fusing fairy and fiend, so this could work actually in that. And again, I mean, recursion of a forbidden card, they are, I think, mostly once per turn, unless you want to go with like Chalice, Forbidden Chalice. But either way, it's pretty good. I think this definitely could see play. All right, and then we have Lucifer, Darklord of the Evening Night. This is Dark Fairy Fusion, of course, level 12, 3,000, 3,000. 2 level 6 or higher Dark Fairy monsters. All right, so you can theoretically use, I believe, the tokens. Yep, they're level 6, so you could use the tokens if you summon that. I'm not sure if that is the best, but you could also, I know there's several ways you can fusion summon this from the graveyard. And you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So if this is a fusion summon, you can set 1 Darklord spell and 1 Darklord trap from your deck. This is actually pretty nice. I don't remember all the Darklord traps and spells, but I do think they had a solid interruption, at least some type of targeted interaction. And the spells, obviously, I think they have a Rhoda and they have a Foolish Burial type card. So that's nice for setting up the deck. So that's really cool that you get the basically +2 and plays realm draw, which is always nice. 2, you're poking at target this card on the field with card effects. All right, great. I mean, obviously, still destruction would be like having non-targeting and non-destruction would be better, but hey, you take what you can get and can't be imperm basically. And then 3, quick effect, you can pay 1,000 life points and target 1 Darklord spell target graveyard, apply that card's effect when this card is activated, then shuffle the target. This is actually really nice. So this is what all the Dark Worlds have, the OG Dark Worlds, but I think they just really struggled to get themselves on the board. But I think it's nice that they give it to this, especially because you can search this out. So this means that you could theoretically set your spells and traps and then use them with this card. So that's awesome. All right. And then last card, new Darklord spell card. All right, so this is a normal spell called Darklord Pleasure. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Obviously, you can bypass it with a Fusion Monster and all the OG Darklords effects. So fusion summon 1 Dark Fairy Fusion Monster from your extra deck by banishing its materials from your field and graveyard. And if you do, it gains 1,000 attack. All right, so just a miracle fusion. for Dark Fairy fusions. That's fine. I know there's obviously this Lucifer, and then there's the other boss monster for Darklords too. And then summoning a Dark One monster, but you can also use a Dark monster from your opponent controls as material. That's interesting. I don't know if that really comes up though, to be honest. I mean, it means this card, like this, if this ever did get popular, the mirror match would obviously be like terrifying because this card could just be a board clear because you can use the entirety of your opponent. So like you could just summon Lucifer as long as this new Lucifer, as long as they have um, 2 level 6. So if they have a Lucifer, you can just use a fusion to get rid of it to summon your own Lucifer, which is pretty cool. So I'm kind of confused exactly why they have that. I don't think Darklords were ever have any cards that give a Darklord to your opponent. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I know they had some of the like small Darklord level 4 monsters that like are good into giving like forbidden cards or getting forbidden cards. So I'm a little confused about why you would want to banish your opponent's stuff or why that's even matter. But hey, maybe if there's anything I'm missing, let me know in the comments section down below. But otherwise, I think this is pretty interesting. Not sure if it's going to be competitively viable, to be honest. I think this is just, it's still not quite enough, I'd say, starting extending wise. They only gained 1 new monster that does anything. And yeah, sure, it's nice, don't get me wrong, to have a tour guide, but it's such a hard lock on the deck, lock you into fairy monsters. I just don't know if there's honestly enough fairy support in the game. But if I'm wrong, I'm sure my comment section will let me know down below.